Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to some Division 4 ZOL League Racing. And today we are in Belgium, Spa, it's known as. And today I am joined by my good fellow friend, Spanini. How are we?
I'm doing good, Raz. How about yourself?
I'm doing very good myself as well. So yeah, give me I can't. Oops, I've got a bit of an echo going. But, yeah, so just tell me about the track.
Well, I mean, Belgium, it's a very old school track. It's been around for a while, but it's also a very fast track. These cars do well around this track. Lots of close racing, lots of it's a good quality lap too. I'm expecting a good show today.
Yeah, so I am as well. So we're gonna actually go look at the standings right now. Do you want to take us through the standings?
Yeah, so right now we have Zach Smack leading the championship points for driver standings. And then followed by Fitz Dickweld in the Red Bull, Big L Bro in the Ferrari, and Labib. Buffalo Trace, Florida, Shutter, Aaron, Snow Crab, Bebry in the Williams, Enjoyer, Christian Cummins, who's brother of Cole Cummins in D3, Slovene, Vitor, Mr. Robot, Black Jesus, and to wrap it all up, Rigraff, Matt Hummel, Disney Plus, and Apollo in the Williams.
Yeah, I mean, some will say that there's a little bit of a rivalry already going on with Zach Smack and Fitz Dickwell, and maybe Enjoyer as well, as he keeps saying in the Discord, saying how well he's going to do this season. But yeah, he's had a few mistakes recently, and as we're talking, he's actually on the mediums. He's going to do one flyer on the medium, so hopefully we can see a decent timer.
One thing for Enjoyer is he has that DNF from his first race in Brazil, and that's really hurting him in the standings. But he has the pace. He showed good pace in USA, and he needs a good result here to really kind of keep himself in the picture for the championship battle, or if he's trying to go for that. But right now, Zach Smack and Fitz Dickwell, they're doing a good job holding the top two. But they can't make any mistakes really. One mistake and then it gets a lot closer for them.
Yeah, so we've got quite a few reserves in for tonight's race, as we have Kahuna from Champs Racing League reserving for someone that I've completely forgot about, but he's in Haas, and we also have Snappy in the McLaren, wishing him a very happy birthday today, so hopefully he can score some good points. And we also have Nico Anibaro, who's reserving for AKA Dome. So I'm hoping we can get some good racing with these reserve drivers, as Enjoy is going to be... Oh, no, Snappy's actually going to be the first person on a flyer.
Yeah, so these reserves, I mean, yeah, this is probably one of their earlier races. Like, this could be their first, this could be their second or third. This is where they want to show themselves, you know, for next season, or maybe even some mid-season pickups. This is where they need to prove themselves and show what they have. So I'm excited to see what they can bring.
Yeah, as Snappy is doing sector 2 quite neatly. He does that chicane really nice, not having a little bit of snap of oversteer. So looks like his car is keeping a hold of itself right now, as this is looking really quite a decent time. As we have a yellow flag in sector 3 at the bus stop chicane. I think that was a Ferrari spinning, so yeah, maybe that was Rick Raffle, Big Elbow, but nevertheless they are doing that hot lap now.
Yeah, sometimes they can also slow down to make sure they get a good exit into the main straight to start their hot lap. So I think sometimes the yellow flag can come up there when they're just trying to slow it down, not be too close to a car ahead. And we'll be seeing that a lot, I think, especially through the bus stop chicane during qualifying.
Yeah, talking about bus stop chicane, Snappy's on it, and he's hitting every single apex or corner really nicely, and this is going to be a 142.8 to start off the day.
I think that's a solid time. That's a pretty quick time. Um, yeah, as you can see, Snow Crab just put up a 144.3
And
off
Enjoy
the
is
pace compared to Snappy.
yeah, Enjoy is actually invalidated, so he might go for another lap as there is a Florida has actually span at the bottom of the track, so he's kind of ruined his lap, so he will be going out again, or maybe he will pit for another set of softs. And now we have the leader of D4 right now, Zach Smack, coming around with bus stop chicane. Looks like he ain't going to get pole, and it's a 143.7, so he's actually in the top
Yeah.
right now.
So Snappy, he's a reserve here, and he's a full second ahead of the championship leader in D4. So I think he's made a good point about how fast he is right now here. Honestly, I think he can just chill in the pits for a while and wait the last couple minutes to see if anyone's really contesting his time. Because right now he's comfortably in the lead.
Yeah, some will say that he shouldn't really be in D4 because he didn't do too bad in the D1 race. He just got really unlucky with some incidents, I'd say, with AIs. As I think there's still a bit of decent going on, going around the game at the moment. So maybe he had some issues there. As that was a hat. No, it was a McLaren that's actually spun in Eau Rouge, or I don't know what corner that is, but he's actually lost a tyre. So he will be out, and that's a reserve. Yeah, Sol Goodman, whoever you are, sit back, relax, get some hot cocoa, and we'll see you in the race.
Yeah, it looks like he lost it right coming out of Radion. Must have had just a snap of oversteer. As yeah, you can see the debris. As Apollo went by earlier. Man, yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, as Enjoy actually does put a lap time 1.5 tenths away from Zach on the mediums. Now
Yeah,
this,
that's a good time.
yeah, this guy has been messaging me, probably since last tomorrow. What was it? Yeah, no, it was tomorrow. Yeah, since tomorrow. Saying, "Oh, you better watch out for him because apparently he's like been flying through his track. So maybe this is one of his better tracks he can do. So hopefully we can see him do good. And at the moment, it looks like he's a contender for pole at the moment.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see if he wants to stay on the mediums in the top 10 because I think that time can stick. If maybe we see some crazy track evolution happening. But it looks like I mean Zach Smack he put up 37 or 43.7 and Enjoyer at 43.8. That's not far, and being on the mediums that are 2 laps old. I'm interested if he wants to try the alternate strategy here, or if he's gonna go on the softs at the end and try to go for that pole position.
Absolutely, as Black Jesus is coming around for his final lap. This is going to be the second to worst lap, as he pulls a 149, so not a good start for him. Probably wants to come around and get another lap going at least. So yeah, something that I've noticed around here is if you want to do 3 laps around this track for quali, especially on short quali, you've got to not invalidate round here because it's at least a minute and 41 seconds just to get round to the pits. So, and if you want to do another lap, then if you do one more lap after you've invalidated, you're not going to get another lap at the end of the race, I don't think.
No, I think they need to make sure they need to evaluate the risk of how late they want to really go. If they invalidate, they're not going to be able to put in another lap. So I think we'll see a lot of these drivers go out a little earlier so that they have enough time for 2 laps. They might not have the tires for 2 laps. Maybe they will. Energy recovery here is pretty decent, so they should have the energy for 2 laps. But we'll see if they're going to do 2 back-to-back push laps, because if you're in the top 10, you're going to start on those tires, and you don't necessarily want to start on 3 lap old tires at the beginning of the race.
Absolutely. as Buffalo, the team principal of Alfa Romeo, has invalidated through that tricky chicane at the start of Sector 2. And is that a... That is Gibbs coming off the track, and has he got damage?
I think he might have just moved out of the way for someone else on a hot lap, but I don't think he has damage.
Okay.
Visually, he doesn't look like he has damage.
Maybe I'm just blind, but for me it looked like he span out. But oh well. As we're on with Labib in the Aston Martin, he's got some really incredible pace than I thought. In pre-season, he's just been showing he's actually learned quite a bit to the new assist regulations, and I think Joel should be really happy for him right now. As
No, I think Labib has become one of the more improved drivers from last season, this season. Last season, of course, he didn't have a seat, but he was reserving. He was in the academy races, but I think Labib has done a good job of kind of focusing on himself, developing his skill in his racecraft. I think his raw race pace has gotten a lot faster. He has to improve on a little bit of consistency, but that's just something you get through racing more and more and gaining experience.
yeah,
And I mean, right now he's sitting in fourth place in the driver standings.
he is,
And he
and
could
he's
be higher.
invalidated. But
Yeah.
I mean, he does learn from the best. Obviously, your boy Freddie Rozelle, he's sitting in the Aston Martin seat I had last season. But no, I think Joel's. I've noticed Joel actually works with one driver at a time, so maybe that kind of trick's actually working.
Yeah,
But
and Labib is also a controller player. So Joel, who's a master controller player, and now they just got Thermo, who's also a very strong controller player. We'll see a lot of improvement between Labib and his teammate Aaron too, who are both controller players, and they've been pretty quick from the offset. So I expect to see some good things this race from them.
absolutely, as Zach Mike's retired, I don't actually see where, but Fitzdickwell actually improves by 50 milliseconds, so he actually lost some time in Sector 3. As now we're going to go on board with Enjoyer, coming to the start of Sector 2. Get fastest Sector 1, but only by 19 milliseconds, as he does that chicane really nice and tidy, and the tricky right-hand corner, doing that nice as well. And then you come down to the hairpin, which if you have ABS off, it's easy to lock up. But I mean, I wouldn't expect anyone to have ABS off in D4, and this is looking like a really nice lap from him as he touches a curb, but he doesn't spin.
Yeah, that curb is very deadly. So he did a good job of making sure he knew how much to take of it. I'm sure he's been practicing a lot, so he definitely knows how much of the curb to hit. Because the curbs are on Spa here are pretty deadly in this game, especially coming out of the Kemmel Straight into the chicane. That curb, I think it's turn. I want to say it's turn 12. Yes, it's turn 12. Is very tricky. It's easy to get wrong if you get on the curb too much, but you can gain a lot of time, especially in a quali lap.
Absolutely right there, as he's finishing off his lap, and this is going to be really quick. But he only beats Snappy by 1/10, so I would have thought he would have gained more time to that. But once again, Snappy actually did quite a decent time. So, nevertheless, he is in pole position. He's got 4 minutes left, so will he have enough time to come back down to the pits?
If he does, it will be very close. Like, he will be in the last 10 seconds. He's gonna cross the line. He has to, unless he thinks this is his time. He's just gonna come back to pits. He's gonna have to come back to the pits fast, almost like a hot lap. I'm trying to see if Snappy's gonna come out and try to take that pole position back.
As Shutter is 3 times up on his time, coming into Sector 3. And I've noticed recently in practices, there's that corner at the bottom of the track when you're turning right, Spinini. Don't actually know what turn it is, but if you actually hit it too hard, you actually spin off and lose control of the car and then go into the barriers.
Mm-hmm.
And No, sorry, I'm itching my eye because of hay fever right now. But Shutter has just put it in P7, 4 temps up in his time, and I think that will be it for him. I don't think he's going to get another time on.
Yeah, I think it'll be really tricky unless he's going to go for another push lap. I don't think he has enough fuel. Maybe fuel is another big thing to consider. Um, it's a long lap. You need to put a lot of fuel in. So if you overfuel too much, you're not going to get a good lap. But at the same time, you want to be safe and try to get 2 laps, so you have that safety margin of if you invalidate, you can at least go for another lap. But I think Shutter might be done.
He could be, but Florida's now coming on a fast lap, hot lap, and he's actually improving on his time as Aaron G gets out of the way. And he's coming up to a bus stop chicane. Does he hit it really nice? He actually avoids a curb, which is really surprising. He avoids both curbs. And as that just, it puts him P10, so that will be it for him. And
Yeah.
who else will we see on a hot lap? We have.
So Snappy's out on track, but he's on an out lap. We'll definitely see him try to go for pole here.
Yeah, as I'm on board with Apollo on his last lap, only 7 milliseconds up. Only these D4 drivers are hitting that chicane really more nicely than I would do. So well done to them. And Apollo actually invalidates, so he's going to come do another more than a half of a lap to get maybe another time in. But we will find out. As Rick Raff actually puts it to P6, or is he already P6? I don't know. But we're going to go on board with his teammate, Big Ailbro, third in the driver standings. Got solid points for Ferrari actually last week, and getting P3. Could have been P2, but Fitzstickwell clenches onto that. As he comes up to Eau Rouge, and then Radion, I think it's called.
Yep.
I'm getting my geography right. It's not even geography, but for me it is.
Ooh, I'm
As he
watching
spins.
Ooh.
Yeah, he hits the curb too much, and he actually spins out. Sorry for interrupting. What was you going to say?
Nah, I was just gonna talk about Snappy, who was ahead of him. He got on the curb a little too much, and he invalidated his lap. Which is a big thing here. I don't know if he has enough fuel to go for another lap. His light is blinking. So, yeah, in the 2021 game, you can't change your fuel settings like you could in the 2020 game. So he can't make his fuel go run on lean and save fuel so that he has enough fuel to go do another hot lap. It's just going to be set on standard, so I don't know if he has enough fuel to really do another hot lap. He's driving back pretty quickly. So I don't know what's the plan here with Snappy.
Well, I would love to know the time right now, but we keep getting yellow flags, so it's avoiding the time. But will we see? No, Snappy's coming into the pit, so that will be it for him.
So enjoy it right now in pole position.
Yeah, but Labib's gone to P3.
Yeah, I was just about to say that Labib put in a cracking time and goes up to P3.
So I think after this race, this is where we can tell who's a quicker driver out of their teammates. So Labib, I think definitely Labib is the quicker driver against Aaron G. Aaron G is obviously a new driver to the F1 game. So this is his first proper season.
Yeah, and the thing about Aaron G is he actually drives in cockpit view too. So he's made it a little bit more difficult for himself, but he's more immersed in his driving, you could say.
Absolutely. As my guy Gibbs is coming to the bus stop chicane. That's really nice. I think the nicest I've ever seen it someone do. And he goes up to P4.
That was a good lap. He was very close to getting that third place from Labib.
You're right there. As everyone, I've just realised it's quali done. Yeah, so it's done.
Yeah, so
Um,
One thing I want to see here is Fitz Dickwell. He's in sixth place. Your championship second place, and Zach Smack, your championship leader, is in fifth place. So it's shuffled up a lot than what we were expecting.
yeah, so looking at like the last two races, Zach and Fitz have been battling out just for positions, and they're literally neck on neck once again. So there is definitely a little bit of a rivalry going on there. I'd say so.
Yeah, and Enjoyer, as he was trying saying he was quick around here, so he has pole position right now. But Snappy put that time up at the very beginning of quali before all the track evolution kicked in. He invalidated his actual lap that he was going to try to put it on pole for. So Snappy might be the quicker driver here. We'll have to see in the race. But this is a 50% race. How many people here have been focused on their quali setup than the race setup? I'm interested to see what the long runs are looking like.
Yeah, as I've got confirmation that Snappy from the stewards actually, Snappy will be restricted to reserving in D2. So Duncan was literally like, right, Snappy P2 and D4, get him out straight away. So pretty much a little bit exact same as how Siggy came into D4, straight out of it, back to D3 for him. So in a way, Enjoy is just beating a D2 driver, and Labib's literally behind. I say behind, 8 tenths behind them two. So if Enjoy can, I mean, I said this last week, but if Enjoy can not spin out, the win's all his.
Yeah, I think so. And then Labib did a good job of getting it up there. I think he shows that he's kind of best of the rest right now. Is like even 8 tenths behind is a pretty significant margin, but he's showing that he has the pace to stay up there and score some big points. He just has to make sure that he doesn't make any more mistakes. And that's what all these drivers are probably going to be focusing on, is making sure they don't make mistakes, because lap one will be pretty hectic, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. As maybe we can maybe get, if Joel is engineering, maybe we can get him to say what he thinks race strategy will be around be like around here. As I think for me it has to be 8 laps on softs, the rest on mediums. But once again, Belgium's that type of track, or Spa even, where wets can be involved, and I actually haven't realised if there's wets or not,
That's
or
true.
if there's
I haven't
inters.
noticed that either, and
So
I haven't seen anyone in the chat say if it's what kind of a race it is. So I guess we're about to find out. Um, and it rains. The percentage of rain is high at Spa. We've seen it in real life F1. It rains a lot. Um, and there seems to have been a problem.
yeah, I've got confirmation that we are remaking the lobby. Um, so we will be back within probably 5 or 10 minutes time. So yeah, go grab some hot cocoa, whatever you Americans say. But if you're from Europe, go get some tea, go get some hot chocolate, go get some marshmallows, sit back and relax, and we will be back with you shortly. We are now in the formation lap, but Spanini has actually dragged in an engineer from the Aston garage. We have Thermo. Good evening, Thermo. How are you?
Good evening, Freddie. I'm doing fine.
Okay, we've got a
Yeah.
few questions we want to ask of a strategy you and the Aston TP Joel have in mind. Would you like to explain?
Sure. For this race, we're hoping Labib and Enjoy can break away from the group behind. You know, do their own little race together, trade some DRS maybe, and yeah, maybe pit together. We don't know yet. We'll see how the race progresses and everything. But
Yeah.
for
Sorry for interrupting. Keep going.
yeah, but we're hoping for just Enjoy and Labib to create a gap to the rest of the grid, and Aaron to also bring home some points.
So my question is, we know Zach Smack, Fitz Dickwell, these are all fast drivers. They're leading the drivers' championship right now. Do you expect them to come into play and start trying to attack Labib and Gibbs too, who's separating them?
It might happen. It might not. We'll see.
So, how are you guys feeling in terms of race pace wise? Because quali pace is one thing, race pace is another. And I mean, this is a track where it's difficult to really overtake in sector two, but if you have the top speed advantage with the DRS, I mean that's going to be the prime overtaking spot. How are you guys feeling in terms of that?
For sure, Labib is a lot faster through the middle sector, so we're hoping that he can be making up a lot more time than the rest of the grid so far through there. So we're hoping to bank on that, and yeah.
Yeah, so one thing that they'll actually probably help Labib now is that Enjoyer's ahead of him. He can keeping that DRS. He can use that to his advantage to defend on anyone behind him. So yeah, well, the formation lap is about to end. So good luck for Labib and Aaron and the team in Aston Martin.
Thank you. Good luck to everybody else.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you shouldn't be saying that.
Good sportsmanship.
Alrighty, see you later.
It's something I do not know about. Something I can learn. But anyway, we are going to go underway. So we actually, instead of Snappy, Duncan just kicked him out because Duncan got jealous. He was too quick. So he wanted Fitz and Mr. Robot to get a higher position. So that's the reason. So yeah, we're actually going to go underway. 4 red lights, 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. I can't believe I said that, but oh my god, Zach Smack gets an unbelievable start, and there's a bit of contact I heard. There's an Alpine going wide, there's cars going wide, there's cars spinning, there is everything going on around here.
Labib didn't have a good getaway from the line. He actually dropped 2 positions to Zach Smack and Gibbs, and Zach Smack, what a start.
So we're going to see who was the real losers and who were the actual winners. So it was quite even at the moment on Black Jesus, and both the Hasses actually didn't really have the best start since neither did Labib. So it's something we can watch out on. As Thermo said, Labib is really quick in the second sector, so something we can watch out on in the second sectors, as Gibbs in the AlphaTauri's taking the esports line, so he's going Gianna Optis style right here on the Zach Smack. So as Enjoyer's actually gaining, Zach Smack's struggling to catch up with Enjoyer. He's already 1.3 seconds away, so
Zach Smack already broke that DRS, which is really powerful around here. Enjoyer broke it away from Zach Smack. So that's gonna be big. Zach Smack is probably gonna dump ERS to try to make sure he keeps within that 1 second gap. Labib right now is under pressure from Fitz Dickwell. We might be seeing a move. Maybe you're getting really close to each other. Fitz Dickwell might be looking for a move into the bus stop chicane.
They're going to go side by side in the bus stop chicane, and there's a bit of a contact.
And he gets it done.
And yeah, he gets it done. So Fitz will be happy about that move. Really clean overtaking there, and now he's going to get his. He's going to get set on Gibbs, as there's a, and that's Danguda that's pitted, and so is Apollo. So they both got wing damage. And was he already on the mediums? Is he doing a 2-stopper? I do not know. So that's something you can watch out for.
Yeah. So I think they might have had damage. That's the only reason that I can see to pit. Yeah, they're all. That's going to really hurt them. Unless there's a safety car, they're on the alternate strategy now, with the pit window of time to catch up.
So yeah, Fizz Dickwell got past the baby. Now it's Mr. Robot's turn. So one by one, the Red Bulls are gonna take over the poor Aston Martin. It looks like he hasn't got much pace on him at the moment, as he did in quali. As he goes a little bit wide, that's going to be a warning. Through, I'm going to guess that's Puon. Or was that Rally on? I don't even know. So yeah.
I just called that one turn 12.
Is that turn 12? Honestly, I thought it was like turn 20.
Yeah, I think Labib right now is under a lot of pressure, I guess. I mean, it's the first time front row. Yeah, he was caught off foot a little there. He just needs to collect himself. He has the pace to bring the fight. So as long as he stays within this DRS train, you can't really count him out of it. He's ahead of Mr. Robot in terms of the DRS gap, you could say, as DRS is enabled this lap. We're gonna start seeing some trains appear, and as Thermo said, Labib is quick through Sector 2, where there's more downforce. So I think he's gonna try to rely on DRS to try to overtake people. Just get really close as possible everywhere else on the track.
You're absolutely right there. As a real big winner in the first 3 laps was the McLaren of, I don't know how to say that, dyslexia, please help me out here.
I think it's a Couts.
Okay, we're gonna go with random dude, as he's gonna set his eyes on making a move in the chicane as they're going side by side, and that's another move done. So he's gonna get his eye set. Honestly, I'm waffling right now. I can't speak. He's gonna make his move on Florida probably in a lap or 2 time. So we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
That.
I think it's funny because Snappy was in that car in qualifying, and he was removed because, I mean, he was really quick. His first quali time on a fresh green track was P2, a 10th behind pole. Well, that was set at the very end of the quali session. So they removed him, and now they put in another reserve, a new reserve. I've never heard of Accounts, I'm gonna say. And yeah, he started P20 and is all the way up to P11 in lap 3. So McLaren is finding very good reserves today. But he picked up a penalty, so that's going to be fortunate for him.
Yeah, you're right there. As Gibbs is on the back of Zach Smack, has a little bit of a lock-up into turn 1, but which is going to lose him some time. But he's got the ERS, but so does Zach Smack. So we're going to just keep on hold on there on board right now. Zach goes wide, and Gibbs has the slipstream, and he's not even going to use any ERS. Oh no, he actually does. I was lying there. As Snow Crab's retired, and that's a safety car.
Ooh, safety car.
So this is not the first safety car we've seen in Division 4. So what's the strategy going to be? Go on hards, do you think? Because I've heard that hards actually do work around here.
Hards do work around here, but initially they're going to be really difficult to hold off anyone behind you. I don't know if it's worth losing track position to get that advantage, because then if you go on the hards, you don't have to pit again. I think I'll see maybe some people will try to take mediums to the end, but that will be a stretch. You have to do some real good tire management. But this is such an early safety car. It's going to be a pretty big decision to see if you want to pit for something like that. I think we'll see a lot of these top drivers and these top, I'd say 5-6 drivers right now. I think they're going to stay out. We'll see what happens. If one makes a decision, I think we'll see others make the same and follow them in or try to do the opposite. Oh, and Buffalo Trace just picked up a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car.
So yeah, we're going to see if anyone's actually going to pit right now. As Enjoyer does, Gibbs does, Zach Smack does, but what tires will they go on? I know Zach Smack likes to do a little cheeky two-stop.
Labib was about to enter the pits, and I think he chose to go the alternate strat, and he's going to try to stay out on these tires. I mean, 4-lap-old softs, I think they're going to be quicker than fresh mediums, but I mean, Labib's going to have to really pull a gap to be able to. Labib and Aaron G, so both the Aston Martin stayed out. This is going to be very interesting, and strategy wise.
Yeah, especially as both Alpines actually go on the softs, which honestly I wouldn't have gone on. I'm quite disappointed both of them did.
I don't know. I mean, you can say that one strategy is good, compared to the other, but really anything can happen. If one safety car came out, the track is pretty deadly here. You get on the curb a little bit, you spin out, and there's a wall right next to you. And once you touch the wall, your suspension's broken, your wheels coming off, the whole deal happens. So I mean, I think Labib and Aston Martin in general, they're hoping for another safety car, I'm assuming. And Labib has pace, and he's faster through Sector 2. DRS doesn't open up for another 2 laps. I think he's going to try to break away from the medium runners and then see what they can do.
Sorry to interrupt, but Dan Gouda's got wing damage, as I think it was a McLaren of A. Coots that actually brake checked him and lost his wing. So I wonder if anyone else has a little bit of wing damage. Everyone looks fine to me, so that's going to be annoying for Dan Gouda, as he's supposed to be up in the top right now, but at the moment he's not, as we have an Aston Martin one too.
Like Couch just let Florida by, and then he let Florida, and then he overtook Florida again. So something's happening there in terms of their game. Yeah, but that's unfortunate for Denguda or Shutter. He's gonna have to really pull back some positions now.
Yeah, safety car looks like it's gonna go for another lap. It looks like. I might be wrong. It just depends where it comes out. But
I think it is gonna do another lap. At this point, it's really late if it says it's coming in.
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen it happen before though.
Yeah,
the game will
it's
say
definitely saying that
comes in, but it looks like it's gonna go for another lap.
so we're gonna get a Labib first one lap, being in first for most likely the first time.
I think this might be his first time doing a safety car restart. I mean, right now, Aston Martin with the 1-2, like Aaron G, he didn't qualify that well, but he's setting himself in P2 with like moderately used soft tires against fresh mediums. I'm interested to see what the strategy and their plan is here. Will Aaron G hold up all the medium runners and let Labib run ahead, or will Labib pull Aaron along and do some interesting things? This is very interesting.
Yeah, as I'm starting to go by the laps, I'm actually starting to think maybe both Alpines have actually done the right strategy, because the mediums won't hold off unless the safety car does another lap for some reason. I don't think so. If Zach can pull away,
the 2 Aston Martins just came together, and I think Aaron G has wing damage. Sorry to interrupt for that, but that's a pretty big development for them.
Yeah, as he does have wing damage, so he's going to come in pit, and that's unlucky for him. He's going to be fuming. Maybe we can get Thermo or Joel back in to say what happened.
I mean, from what I saw, I think Labib was just not estimating how slow the safety car was happening, or like going through. I think it's turn 11 or 10, the hairpin, the downhill hairpin, and he had to really brake so he doesn't go into the safety car. And Aaron behind him was following pretty closely and just tapped the back of Labib. And Aaron's going to be fuming after that. I mean, running P2 is going to be pretty tough. And now there's no protection for Labib. So safety car's in this lap.
Well, if you say that there's no protection, I mean, if Labib goes early, and then because Enjoyer can't pass Aaron, and Aaron's going to be slow through the bus stop chicane, so which could hold Enjoyer up a little bit.
I'm wondering, I think that might have just happened. I don't know. There's a pretty big gap right now. Okay, yeah, never mind. They're closing it back in. So he has to wait for Labib has to wait for the safety car to go into the pit lane before he can actually go, which I think it's just started.
Labib's going to get a really good run.
He's going.
Yep, and oh my god, he gets one of the best starts as Aaron actually goes for another lap.
I'm surprised.
Has he got damage,
think
or is it just? No, he's
He
definitely got
does have
damage.
damage. He's
Um,
definitely got damage. Yeah, as you see, he's understeered a
yeah.
lot through turn 1. I think his primary focus right now is to keep everyone behind. But he let Enjoy slip.
Well, that's a huge bust for Aaron, and a really good side of the other side of the Aston Martin garage, garage. As
An
Apollo
apology.
retires. What is going on? Please tell me what's going on. As Aaron's holding up Gibbs and Zach's back right now, as they both actually pass him. But now Zach is on the back of Gibbs, and he's on the quicker tyres, so he actually wants to get past him sooner or later.
Yeah, I'm looking. There's a lot of fighting happening behind Aaron right now. He's doing a good job of setting back all these medium runners. As he goes wide through turn 12.
As Aaron nearly takes out Big Ale, bro, from Florida's position, and he's just dropping down the order. Like, this guy.
Yeah, I mean, with that
So
with that
lucky.
damage that he has, it's going to be very, very hard to control that car right now. It's going to be understeering all over the place. But in terms of Labib versus Enjoyer, Enjoyer has closed down that interval a little. But in terms of energy, they're actually pretty similar. They're pretty much equal.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but Black Jesus has actually spanned through that tricky corner. I actually struggle with. I don't know what turn it is. We're just going to say turn 58. So, yeah, we're going to go back on board with Zach Smack as he's going side by side with Gibbs through turn 1. And he actually gets a move done. Yep, it's going to be up
still
on
side by
Rouge.
side.
Is that Labib's gone? Labib's retired.
Oh no!
Everyone is struggling with Eau Rouge right now. It might just be D4, but will it happen in other divisions
Yeah.
as well?
It has all went wrong for Aston Martin.
It really has.
Yeah, that is very unlucky for Labib. I mean, he's been showing he had good pace around here, and that's tough. We might have given him a little bit of commentary's curse there with all the coverage we've been doing on him, but that's unlucky for Labib. But I'm sure he'll take this as a learning point and improve from
Absolutely
it.
not. There's no commentating curse going on there. As Zach's actually not gaining enough time to enjoy her right now.
Yeah, and Joris seems to be comfortable on the mediums. I mean, he set a good time in qualifying, and right now he's keeping up with fresh softs. He could be dumping a lot of battery, which he isn't. Honestly, I think Zach Smack is actually using more battery than Enjoyer is. He's keeping that distance. So maybe the medium tire is like the better tire for Enjoyer, and that's the way he's set up.
You could be right there, as he's actually gaining a little bit of time now, Zach Smack. But is he gaining enough time for Gibbs? That's a question.
I think Gibbs just caught up to him. It just into the DRS zone. Oh, but then it went away. Oh no, it's back. So Gibbs might have DRS going into the Camel Straight, which is going to be big. If he wants to try to go for a move.
And he does have DRS.
Yeah, and then he has Fitzdickwell behind him, also in that DRS train. I think this is going to be a battle for second. Because the moment they start fighting for second, Enjoyer's going to pull away.
Absolutely right there, as Florida's just made a move on Akoots and Big Ailbro at once. So Akoots is definitely doing the one stop as he's on the hards, but not really working as planned, I don't think. So maybe the tyres need to be, they might have been cold at the start, but now I think they might be, maybe in a lap or two time, they'll be up to date on the soft tyre.
Yeah, so I mean, with Labib and Aaron kind of out of the picture at this point, with staying out from the safety car, everyone is kind of on the same strategy again, where all the medium runners are around the same lap to maybe pit for softs or something at the end. But I don't know if they'll take this to the very end. That hards will go to the very end, so I think we'll see accounts.
Welcome back to the stream. I do apologise, my internet somehow died. I'm not sure if we are streaming, but if we are back. But yeah, so yeah, nothing's really changed, I don't think. Might be wrong. Nope, looks like it hasn't. So yeah, we've got Enjoy is still P1 with the medium soft tyres with Zach Smack, as I'm trying to get the times up, but it's not really working. So hey ho, as we have a sector 1 yellow flag, but nothing happened there. This is D4 at its best, so as we have a Haas that's actually spun out, and is that going to be a safety car?
Oh, it looks like it's just yellow sector 1, sector 2. So I think it is not a safety car. It's not going to be.
It looks fine to me, as I'm trying to get the times up, but it's not coming up. But looks like Enjoy's actually gained like around 3 seconds from Zach's side.
Yeah, right now Enjoyer's sitting at 3.7 seconds ahead of Zach's Max, so I think he's comfortably in the lead. I think at this point, I think it's shifted over where the mediums are fast or equal pace, if not faster than the softs. But we'll see what Gibbs can do, because Gibbs is on the medium tires, and he's just saying ahead. Oh, Zach Smack! Something just happened to Zach Smack. Oh, he pitted. That's why.
Wait, hold on. Alright, yeah, we are back. Sorry, we are back. I was just double checking. I was getting a bit more. And I've been muted again. Yeah, so what happened was my internet died and it kind of blocked the whole thing out. So I had to restart my screen, as that is Gibbs at span. Gibbs has spun on Eau Rouge. And has he got damage? He doesn't look like he's got damage, but that's going to be a big bummer towards him.
And Fitz Dickwell got ahead of him, and Mr. Robot is behind him. I see. I was confused with the Red Bull behind him. I thought that was Fitz Dickwell, but it looks like it's Mr. Robot who's actually caught up to Gibbs after that spin he had.
Yeah, which is really helpful for Zach Smack, getting that P2 at least, or trying to get the P2, as he's got 9 laps left to catch up to Fitz and Enjoyer. I mean, is it really possible now? We don't know.
Unless there's a safety car, I don't see that gap closing.
And Danguda's actually span. He's had a little bit of contact with the Alfa Romeo or the Ferrari as they're going side by side, and oh my god, everything is happening in the midfield right now.
So one thing I want to say, Saul Goodman and Eichhout, both of the McLarens right now, up 12 positions from where they started. They are really moving up the field with that safety car and the softs. This will be interesting to see what they're capable of for the rest of the race. Oh,
Has Gibbs spun again?
Gibbs spun.
And is that someone else that spun, or is that just me? No, it is just Gibbs. So Gibbs' tyres are just overheating right now, as Florida and Saul Goodman actually pits. Oh, I've just realised he's on the softs, so he's actually just going to pit. So Zach's actually already in P7 position, and he's on the tail of Big Elbow, who's got. Sorry, I can't get my words out. He's got more tyre wear than Zach right now, so Zach's going to be on the back of him at least at the end of this lap, and then he can set his eyes onto the McLaren of A-Kooks.
Yeah, I think Zach's back now. He's got the fresh mediums. He's going to try to make back all the positions he lost. A safety car will really be beneficial for him, I think. Maybe not. It depends, because if there's a safety car, then I think Enjoyer goes in for softs. But there is only 8 more laps left, so...
Yeah, Zach is actually having a really good battle with Gibbs right now. It's through sector 2, and will there be a little bit of contact going through it as Zach backs out of it? And Zach spun!
Yeah, he's touched that. He's touched that curb going into turn 12. That's a deadly curb to ride on. He didn't have much room there, but you can't really go side by side into there. And
You're absolutely
that's
right there. That's just really unfortunate for him. It's really quite annoying for me as well, as I am the Alpine TP. I do have to have a bit of bias here, but yeah, I mean, that's just a driver error there. You can't be going side by side through that turn unless you're esports or your name is Ian Krager.
Rigraff, Accounts are having a battle up in fourth place.
Rigraff actually pits, so he might actually have damage. And he does have damage to his wing, so that's gonna suck for him. As he was looking like he was having quite a decent race, but now he's just gone.
So Accounts right now is in a pretty good position. He's on the hard tire, so he's not pitting anymore. He's sitting in fourth place. He can't really catch up to the team ahead, like the three ahead, but as long as he can maintain this gap behind him, he's looking for a good points finish.
As there's a little bit of fighting going on with Gibbs and Nico. Gibbs hits the back of Nico, and Gibbs is he is like having fights with everyone right now, like left, right, centre. So I mean, he's already spun 2 people out, I'm pretty sure. Well, I wouldn't say Zach he did that on purpose, or he didn't even touch him, as he touched Nico again at the back of him.
Yeah, he's applying a lot of pressure on Nico here, but he has to be pretty careful, because if Nico breaks it a little bit too early, he's going to lose a wing. Just running.
As Zach is now trying to do his comeback game on Danguda, who's got more tyre wear he's got worse tyres than Zach right now. Looks like he's gaining a little bit from him, but he's just training his ERS now. He must be furious of what happened. Just getting on that curb. Must be quite annoying for him, but anything can happen.
Yeah, I think for Zach Smack, he had to be the more patient person in that battle with Gibbs. Gibbs had older tires. Yeah, it's just unfortunate, because I think he could have easily gotten up to 4th place, maybe 5th place, with those fresh mediums. But even now, he's, I think, capable of doing that. He's just made it a little harder for himself.
Absolutely right there. He's got DRS on Danguda, or Shutter, I should say, but he's got DRS on Gibbs, and Gibbs is just that guy that's got no tyre wear left, or going to have no tyre wear left at the end of the race, and it's going to be quite annoying for him.
Yeah, so I think Zach Smack, if he wants to get by the 2 drivers pretty much ahead of him, he needs to get as close as possible through sector 2. But I wouldn't go for a move in sector 2. They'll try to get DRS on you back, which is pretty dangerous. I think it's just try to get as close as possible, get within their DRS, and then just dump battery on the straight to try to get ahead.
As he looks like he's catching up with Shutter right now, but there's a few cars in front of him that might help Shutter, so he doesn't get passed by Zach Smack. But behind him is Sal that actually pitted, but Florida's somehow 9 seconds away from Zach and the others, which I thought Florida was having quite a good race. Although he did have to pit, but Nico actually pits. Oh no, so he must have damage.
Let's see.
And no, he's just going on the softs right now, so maybe he's going to go for fastest lap. Nothing really can happen. Just going to maybe get that fastest lap away from Enjoyer. as Enjoy is really in a I can't say the word. Comfortable. That's it. Comfortable position right now.
Yeah, I mean, Enjoyer's kind of running away with this right now. He doesn't need to pit. I mean, I think he can take those tires to the end. As long as he doesn't make a mistake, he has 7 seconds of a buffer behind him with Fitzdick having a penalty. He's in a comfortable spot right now. But Red Bull, honestly, they're gonna have a good they're gonna have a good points finish. And right now in the constructor standings, Alpine right now is leading the constructor standings for D4. But right now, Alpine doesn't look like they're going to score as much points as what Red Bull will be scoring. And Red Bull might go ahead after this race if it finishes as it is right now.
Yeah, you could say that, but maybe Florida's coming in clutch with a little bit more points. Just a little few, like 10 or something more. So it might keep Alpine ahead just a little bit, but this has been quite a depressing race for Alpine so far, as it was looking good, but then now it's just turned to its worst.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of a depressing race, you have to go ahead and look at Aston Martin. They had a lot coming into the race. Labib, second place in qualifying. It's just gone unfortunate for them as both of the cars DNF'd and retired. Sorry, Joel.
Yeah, quite bad for Aston Martin, as like you said, they were in a really good position. As Zach's now actually got the flow.
So there's a yellow sector 1,
and that's for Florida.
In Florida, something happened to him there.
Zach's trying to get
And
past
he's
Gibbs. And
Florida is missing a week. Yeah. So I think you might have jinxed him there, Raz.
I actually have. I feel really bad for him, but oh well. Oh well, we can come back stronger, hopefully. But I've got to stop the bias here, as I keep doing it every race. But cheers, Peter, for that message. But yeah, Gibbs is actually holding on just with the DRS from Shutter, as he's only a second behind Big Ale, and I think Dangood has got the pace for Big Ale, bro. So this will be interesting to see if he can get past him to get an extra position for the Mercs.
Yeah, and Zach Mack is getting very close to Gibbs also. It's within quarter of a second. Getting very close to him in bust-off chicane, almost touching him. He wants to make sure he gets the best slipstream into turn 1 and then through Rouge and Ratty on to the Kemmel Straight. He has a little bit of oversteer. But he's very close to Gibbs. I think we're going to see an overtake. Zach Mack's probably going to overtake Gibbs into, I think that's turn 4. I have to check myself. Actually, no, turn 4 is like...
Honestly, I don't even know what turns, how many
it's
turns
turn
there
7.
are. But Zach actually gets past Gibbs finally, so he can maybe try and get his eyes set on Dan. Maybe get, I don't know, there's a little, I mean, this is battle for P5, really.
This is, and I mean, Zach Mack has much fresher tires. There's only 3 laps left. So he's probably going to be trying to use all his ERS and through sectors 2 and 3 to make sure he gets close enough so that he can do the same thing as he did on Gibbs, where he just overtakes him on the under DRS.
Yeah, as Florida's gonna come out P14, so a really disaster race for him. Also with Buffalo Trace and Black Jesus, although they've been battling out the last, I'd say, 15 laps, it's quite annoying for Buffalo coming down to D3, not really having the best start than he wanted.
Yeah, I mean, that drive-through penalty he had for speeding under the safety car kind of killed any chance that he had in this race. He was running in a good place, right in the midfield position, but yeah, that drive through really hurt him because he can't serve that drive through until after the safety car. And by then everyone's pulled away. So yeah, it's a tough race for him.
As Gibbs is falling away from Zach now, so this is turning into... oh, Zach gets a 3 seconds and nearly loses it in Eau Rouge, so it looks like top 5 will be out of reach for him now, unless something really happens.
I mean, he has DRS still, so I think he's able to stay within reach.
Yeah, but now he's got a 3 second. He now needs to watch out for Gibbs behind him, so he don't fall down to a P8. As Shutter gets a 3 second time penalty, so maybe it is still on for them. But Big Ale looks like if he doesn't get a penalty, he will get the P5 position.
Yeah, so Accounts actually moved into P3 on the hard tires with Mr. Robot chasing him now.
Yeah, but you've got to think about the penalty. Can he, in 2 laps, can he get away from Mr. Robot for 2 seconds? It's possible. I mean, I'm not saying it ain't, but and that Zack Smack has actually got wing damage. So that is so bad for Alpine. I don't even know what happened there. Maybe, I don't know, Gibbs or Big Ale just tapped him on the wall. Or he just spun himself. So
I'm sure the stewards will be looking at that in case it was contact. So yeah, that's tough day in the office for Alpine.
yeah, they're definitely gonna have that on their chins, on their head or something like that. There's some saying that my dad said before, but yeah, now maybe Shutter's gonna run away with this. But now it's a battle for P3 as Robot gets an exceeding track limit from that corner, most likely. He doesn't get DRS on the straight, so that's going to be crucial, as looks like his tyres have probably let loose and given up on him. It looks like, just looking through those corners, I'm not really an expert on tyre wear and stuff like that, but yeah, that's quite annoying.
Yeah, that's really tough for Zack Smack. I mean, he hasn't pitted. He's still outside. He's still like racing with that wing, but he's gonna lose positions. And I think with that, Fitz Dickwell, as long as he remains P2, might overtake Zack Smack for the drivers champion right now.
You're absolutely right there, as Mr. Robot has actually lost a second just through sector 2, so maybe if Coates this is his P3 as well.
Yeah, I mean,
I
think he probably sees that he just needs 7/10. He's probably going to use all the battery on this final couple corners. Oh, actually, no, I think he still has a lap to do. It says 22 out of 22, but that's for Enjoyer. So he's on this last lap. He's gonna dump all of his batteries. The battery power he has, but Mr. Robot's going to make sure he's going to stay within touching distance.
I think Zach's plan is just not to go behind Black Jesus, I think, as he wants the extra point or extra points for Alpine.
True. I think if he had pitted, he would have been in last place next to Florida. So, actually, no. I mean, Black Jesus is 40 seconds behind him, 37. I think he probably would have came out in front of him regardless. But yeah, that's just gonna be tough for Zack Smack there.
As the battle for P5 is still going ahead, so Shark's actually going to lose some positions unless the 2 drivers behind him like just spin out of nowhere, which is really unlikely now. But as we're coming down to the final corner of the race, and I'm so happy this is over, I just want to go to bed. But yeah, coming around to the bus stop chicane, this man said to me last night he's going to win it, and he is proven. And he's shown, I mean, he's going to win as Enjoy comes P1 as Fitzdick comes across the last corner, must be happy with that P2 as he watches Zach Smack just fall down the aisle.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great race for Enjoyer and Fitzdick. I mean, Enjoyer put it on pole and then just took it from there, really. Capitalized on
Oh,
Labib and other spinning.
as
And,
Big Elbro retires.
yeah, I just saw that.
So that's, so
On the last lap.
yeah, suck that Peters for saying whatever you said or paying me for about being biased. Zach will take extra points somehow. I don't know how.
Zach, I think it's actually only Zach. Because he crossed the line. Did he cross the line?
No,
when he
Big
came
Ale,
out?
no, Big Elbro will lose his positions.
In that case, Florida and a Zach Smack for you, Alpine. Will get extra points. But that's unfortunate for Big L, bro. I mean, he had a solid race for the entire time. To lose it on the last lap is unlucky.
Yeah, as it's a double podium for Red Bull. Sorry to cut you off, but yeah, it's a double podium for Red Bull. As McLaren counts just misses it for that time penalty. So really solid race for him anyway. Probably.
Yeah, but I think with that, I think Red Bull might have just overtook Alpine for constructors and the drivers.
You're probably right about that.
Well, let's get these drivers in.
That will be your job.
So, let's go and see who's in the waiting room right now, which is Fitzdick. He's the first one in here, so we'll bring him in. Actually, wait, Mr. Robot's here. We'll go from third to first. We'll drag him in right now. Hello, can you hear us?
Yes, hello.
Mr. Robot, a solid P3 in the end. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel fantastic. Oh my goodness. Finally. I've been in this league for so long, and this is my first podium.
Oh, congratulations. Well, talk us through what happened, really, in your perspective.
It was just a clean race. Oh, it was. Just staying on track. I was hoping that I'd be able to stay on track, and then I did, and I got a P3.
That's good. Were you afraid of Kautz? That's how we're pronouncing his name. The McLaren he was on hard tires.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
After I got in the gap around lap 15-ish, I think it was, he was 3 seconds behind me, and I was just going, and I was hoping I'd just be able to maintain the gap, and then it kept shrinking, and then I was kind of scared. But I saw he had the penalty, so I knew that as long as... And at the very end, I was scared, because as you could see, the final gap was like 0.3 seconds, so I knew as long as I could stay within 3 seconds of him, I'd be fine, and I managed to do it.
Yeah, so I think with the Red Bull, like second and third place, I think you guys might have just moved up into first place for constructors.
Let's go.
Yeah, so what's the rest of the season looking like for you guys?
Just keep driving.
Yeah. Well, that's Fred. You got any questions?
Not really. Quite a boring race from Robot. But no, it was quite a good race from you and your teammate Fitzdick. Well, to be honest, I wasn't really listening in the interview. I thought I was speaking to Fitz then, but no. But yeah, no, solid race from you, Robot. Hopefully we can see more from you throughout the season. So what's the next race? Is it Spain?
Spain.
Yeah. So how do you feel about Spain?
I don't know. That's next week's problem.
Hey, that's what we like to hear.
One by one.
Well, congratulations, Mr. Robot. Enjoy your podium. We'll hopefully see you again next week.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we'll go ahead and bring in Fitzdick, or P2 finisher. Hello, Fitz.
What up, man?
Congrats on your P2. How are you feeling?
That was good. Enjoyer was out for a Sunday drive, and I just kept it clean, and then got to enjoy my drive at the end. And glad I kept his gap, and we're good to go.
Yeah. So I was telling Mr. Robot earlier. I mean, with that P2, P3 finish, I think Red Bull just moved up into first place. Might be pretty close. We'll have to check the calculations afterwards. But yeah, I mean, that's a good finish for you guys. How is it looking for the rest of the season, I guess?
Well, going to be off next week. Gotta go up to the Great Lakes. So hopefully somebody steps in, makes some big points for us. Keep Helmet McCamack in good spirits. But
yes, Helmet McCamick. Yeah, so
it was a good race. It was fun.
So we know there was a lot of spins up here today. Like Labib, I mean, he was in a good position. He spun out.
He was looking fast.
Yeah, I mean, our big thing here was, I guess, consistency. I mean, you guys were the most consistent, and Enjoyer too, of course. Enjoyer was on a league of his own, kind of.
Oh yeah, we didn't even come close. He was gone.
All right. Well, Raz, you got any questions?
No. Once again, really solid race from both Red Bull drivers. But do you think for next week? Hopefully, you don't get the same answer as Mr. Robot gave us. Quite a boring answer, but. Do you think next week, obviously you're not here, or I'm pretty sure you said that, do you think your rival Zach, or maybe Enjoyer now, will get more points, like an extra hand, like an extra game in hand, like, do you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially, I mean, Spain's a hard track, there's a lot of spots to spin, but if Zach Smack gets the, strategy right, and Enjoyer keeps his wheels off the sand. I mean, yep. I'll sit on top of the board for now. Somebody else can sit on it next week. We'll let everybody else play into it too.
Yeah,
let them have some fun
with this finish. I think you definitely did. I think you moved up to P1 for the driver standings.
Yep. Yeah, it should be up there a little bit. I don't know how many points Zach got, but I think he was ahead by 9 or 12 or something like that because Siggy stole my 35 points in Brazil. Coward. We'll go from here.
It'll not be a problem anymore. And I guess Snappy too. I mean, Snappy was on, and then they quickly removed him.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, congrats for the P2. Enjoy your podium. And
thanks for the broadcast, boys.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna bring Enjoyer in now. Enjoyer, welcome. To the third. No, this will be your second interview in this racing league. So yeah, you were messaging me a few days ago saying, "Oh, I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna win this," and man, you brought it. Congratulations. How do you feel?
I feel good. I mean, I said what I said, and it happened. I spoke it into existence.
Yeah, so were you surprised when like Labib was up there? He didn't pit on their safety car. Were you concerned that he stayed out and he saw his teammate was behind him at one point, trying to hold everyone up, I guess you could say?
That was an interesting situation. I don't know if you guys caught it. That guy actually broke his wing on Labib and stayed out.
Yeah, we did catch that on broadcast. At least I caught it on broadcast. I don't know if it was actually the camera was showing that at the time, but I did see that Aaron ran into Labib, and that kind of messed up their plan.
Yeah, it was a little weird. But yeah, I thought he was going to hold me up a lot, and I think he was trying to, but he had no wing, so I just went around the outside in the first corner and got it. Overtook. Yeah, Labib got like 2 seconds on me, but he was on warning off, so I caught it up pretty quick. And then he spun out.
And then unfortunately they spun out, and then you had a pretty comfortable race after that. No one really attacking you. You built a pretty big gap between you and Fitz. How are you looking for the rest of the season?
Well, if I have motivation from Raz talking shit to me and saying I'm gonna spin out, maybe we're looking good, but we'll see.
It looks like you've you did say this is your strongest track, but I mean at the moment you look like you sorted all your spinning out. But yeah, it's only one race, so we can't really say anything. But I'm hoping we won't see you anymore on the broadcast for another season. So yeah, congratulations on your one and only win you're gonna get here.
I doubt it.
So yeah, congratulations. See you in Spain.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a wrap here at Belgium.
That is indeed. And Spinini, any last word from you?
Oh, not really. I mean, it was a good race. A lot of DNFs, a lot of spins. I think we saw 5 DNFs in the end. I think we're gonna see more of that. I think in the other divisions, the tricky track, but as it produces good racing though. So I'm excited for the other divisions. Tomorrow and the day after for the Div 3, Div 2, and the Div 1 races.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Obviously, we're in Spain next week. Whether you're going to be broadcasting with myself, but anything about Spain you like? I mean, it's not my favourite track.
Spain, I personally, I hate Spain.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I mean,
it's
Spanish
a really awkward track for me. It's not a lot of. It's really hard to overtake unless it's on the main straight. So racing is just not as good in Spain as it is. I think it's really a track to really qualify on and keep track position. It's nothing like Spa. I think Spa is a great track for overtaking. In racing in general. So I think those are on 2 different sides of the spectrum. But then after that we have Monaco. You know, Monaco is the king for not overtaking. You know, but it is also Monaco, so it makes sense. So I think in terms of real racing, we'll see like overtakes and all that kind of elements. I think Spa is one of the best tracks for that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. So we're actually gonna cut this stream here as I want to go to bed and hopefully not get shouted at my mum in the morning for sleeping in at like 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So yeah, this will be it. We'll see you in Spain. I do apologise for my internet cutting out. We'll blame BuzzGod for it. He cut my internet short. So yeah, that is it. This is me and Spinini, your number 1 broadcasters in this channel / server. So yeah, we will see you in Spain. Hopefully you guys. Oh, I forgot to say that D3 is on tomorrow at 8 p.m. EST, and then it is 10 p.m. EST for D2, and then after that, 24 hours later, we've got D1, and we're going to watch Duncan McCamick spin in turn 1. There's a little rap going on there. Alright, so we're going to catch you guys later.